over the bone checker. Oh, it's gone. Martin underneath. I didn't say. Oh, he's gone. Just wait. Through he goes. Very.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Speed Without Engine, the place where fast-paced action meets pure fun. Get ready for some sick designs, crazy crashes, and tons of laughs. Let's go.
Making up the crew. So let's see what Metamorphosis can do here. There's the first bit of Metamorphosis. It was supposed to be at the bottom, but it's actually gone off at the top. So 25 for the performance. The caterpillar's become a butterfly. Part of the butterfly has already gone through the LIDAR. Speed trap at 22 miles per hour. You need a bit more through there, which gives you that launch into the Grand Slammer. Then you carry that speed through the chicane and down towards the Sizzler. There is the Sizzler. And they can see the finish line now. Metamorphosis on the way down. And running towards the finish line and just lost it towards the end. 41.40. Here we see it through the Lido just after the transformation. And it was a well-designed, well-built, solid soapbox and a decent time for Metamorphosis. And the design engineer, Zofia and Martin, make it up. They've got to put their foot on the gas at the top and get down, although they've lost most of it already. 34 for the performance. And they are in trouble already, moving down towards the Lido. This doesn't look like it's going to last very long, does it? Over the Lido, they lose a bit more. They've got to get that piece of polystyrene moved, otherwise it's going to act as a brake. Really slow down the circuit because they can't. Oh, look at he's going now. They started to go. So this soapbox, 20 miles an hour through there, not quick enough. Over the bone checker, oh, it's gone. And they've both gone as well. Phil and Nick are out. From there. Always wobbling about through there. Polystyrene block at the front, lost them all kinds of time. 127.84. And there's the Grand Slammer, absolutely totaling that soapbox. There are four guys who are part of the custom motorbike scene, all know each other from the Bike Shed, which is a bike hangout in Shoreditch. 28 for the performance. Let's see what Gavin can do. Three blind mice into the Lido, through the Lido, sends the beach ball flying. There's plenty of speed here, one wheel at the back, two at the front, bit wobbly there, but he's okay. Nose first into that, which led to that big spray of water. 24 miles an hour over the Grand Slammer, still going through the chicane, down towards the Sizzler, needs to keep the speed up through the haze, over the Sizzler, down towards the finish line, and three blind mice will cross the line in a time of 41.89 seconds. All the time, never quite got as fast as he wanted to be, and finished off over the Sizzler. Crowd still here, sun still shining, atmosphere still fantastic, and a performance score of 29. Big wheels on this particular soapbox, big narrow wheels. Will they be strong enough on the axles? Over the Lido, and the back ones just started to bend a little bit, and there are sterner tests ahead and another flex at the back. Not bad, 27. There's Grand Slammer. And still it's strong, and the suspension at the back is serving them well. A nose first and a twitch of the wheels down towards the finish line. Boris has kept it straight. There's the finish, 38.27. Any time today, under 40 seconds. Just look at the suspension at the back. You can see those wheels. A lot of the time we see a soapbox land like that without that suspension, and the wheels just come off either side. Because they've got those springs at the back, the axle can flex, the soapbox can carry on, and that was designed really well, and it worked exactly how it was supposed to work all the way down. Well done, LEEK Lightning. Good design on the soapbox. Is the pilot, Shane is the co-pilot, so I'm presuming that Glyn's doing the steering and Shane is doing the braking. Ian and Brendan are the rest of the crew. And they move down towards the Lido here. And over there, no problem. A little bit of the LUNAR buggy's gone. Here's the first big test over there. The front wheel's gone. I think you'll find the front right wheel's buckled underneath them, and that's going to try and throw him over the Grand Slammer here. Over they go. Oh, they've taken it out. Look, they're stuck there now. You just sit down. Let the other fella do it. Down we go again. There's still the Sizzler and the chicane. Can't get it round the corner, look now, it won't steer, it's gone the other way. Come on, give it a push. Brute strength is the order of the day. They're over the Sizzler, they're off towards the barriers and they're in them again. Glyn and Shane are going to carry it down to the finish. They deserve to make the finish in 2:28.49. Starts to go wrong. Watch the front left as you look at it. It's gone there, and that just takes them towards us and into the straw bales. There was no way back really from there. There it goes again, look, there you see. Can't keep it straight. Before in the Soapbox race, so he's got a fair deal of experience. And down they go. Performance score of 33. Thin wheels. Here's the liner, which is the first test of the design of all of these Soapboxes, and he fairly rips through there. Then over the lolly drop, that's good too. 26, that's good. There we go through that bone-shaking jump, the Grand Slammer, just a little piece off the back. Through the chicane, down to the Sizzler. He's over there, can he get to the finish? He's bouncing up and down and trying to get every bit of speed out of this Soapbox. And he's in 38.87. It was a really spectacular bounce through the Lido. He hit the second part of it and then bounced up in the air. There you see it. And at that moment, you knew he was going to be quick all the way down, and Matt was able to hold it together and post a good time, a good run, colourful routine at the top. And plenty of air, plenty of lift over the Sizzler to finish. Let's hope they don't fall off the wagon halfway down. They're from Northampton, and they're on the way. And already they're losing bits of it. There's all the money being thrown out. Looks like it might be difficult, this, with the steering so low down and near to the feet. Over the Lido, and they bounce through there, but they're okay. They look like they mean business. Zach's got his game face on. He went sideways into there. Sideways into lolly drop. Let's have a look at the speed. Oh, they've just kissed the straw bales there. There's something wrong with it, you can see, because Zach the pilot keeps looking backwards. Over the Grand Slammer, and the back wheel has gone now. The tyres come off. The Mule Fueler on the way down. 1:30.42. And James, a geography student, makes up the crew, and they're off and running. The giant milkshake at the front, the large fries at the back, the Lido on the agenda. Safely through there. They've gone for the handlebar steering mechanism, which in Soapbox events gone by, the Grand Slammer, 27 miles an hour, still going strong. Marcus doing a good job over the Sizzler. This looks quite quick. It's really fast at the finish. What's his time going to be like? Let's have a look. It's in the 30s. Oh, 39.64. Look at that over there. That's a lot of height and a lot of distance. And look at the speed they got at the finish. And then over the finish line. Don't worry about the brakes, fellas. Bang! There we go. The day of milkshake landed on top of a large fries. Have a look at the impact. There we go. With Dan the pilot is on its way. 33 for the performance, 20 for the creativity. Now let's see some speed. Down towards the Lido. The spectators wait. Through he goes. Very spectacular. Can he keep it? Yes, he can. I don't know how he did that. Over the lolly drop. How did he keep it straight over the Lido? The Grand Slammer, 25 miles an hour. Flies the Grand Slammer through the chicane. Down towards the Sizzler. Over the Sizzler. Down towards the finish line. Bouncing all over the place. And somehow he manages to keep it going. Avoids the bale. Gets over the finish line. Watch it here over the Lido. He's all over the place. Look at the back, side to side. He's wrestling with the steering wheel. Don't know how he stopped it flipping over. And he had other problems towards the end of the course as well. And then when you get over the Sizzler towards the end, it all goes wrong again towards the finish line. And he did so well. And you can see why. 35 for the performance as well. A good time here might well make this one the team to beat here in London today. But they've got to be quick down the course. They're through the Lido, but they're going to have to get quicker than this. That's impressive too with the green smoke. Over the lolly drop, more green smoke. There we go, 23. Now they go over the Grand Slammer. Very spectacular this one, despite one or two little pieces coming off. Moving towards the Sizzler, over the Sizzler. It's been solid, it's been unspectacular, but it's a very creative Soapbox with a good performance and a time of 44.69. There we see over the Lido, and they were smooth through there, not quite as quick as some that we've seen. You saw when they went through the speed trap at 23, they weren't quite as quick as some, but that led to a smooth ride. And the finish over the Sizzler before the finish line. Sustainable resources, whether it can sustain a challenge from top to bottom remains to be seen. Kev, who's a furniture designer, is the pilot, and they got a performance score of 24. So the team that used to make canoes heading for the Lido and the water, and the Soapbox has gone through there okay. Moving down now towards Lolly Drop, quickly onto you that. 24 miles an hour. Over the Grand Slammer, it was strong enough to sustain the buffeting through there. Then the chicane. Now the Sizzler. Down towards the finish line. Kev's kept it going. Tree huggers on the way to the line in 41.80. And Grand Slammer. And you can see just how much contact there was between the front wheels and the ramp. Bouncing here and bouncing there, but he kept it going. And then down towards the Sizzler at the end with a decent takeoff and a nice smooth landing. Put them in contention. And the Shaguar Mark II is on the way down, the E-Type, with Charlie behind the wheel. Nice and quick down towards the Lido. Let's see how they go through here. Very bouncy through there. It's a big, long Soapbox, and now over the lolly drop. He's given it absolutely everything, but he can't keep it straight. And he caught the straw bale, and that was it. Look at it here. He's trying his best to keep it going. Never really recovered after that. And there's the bale sticking out. They couldn't miss it. Really, really quick at the top part. There's nothing you can do when you go nose first into the straw bale at that speed. Very colourful, this one. And off they go. 17 for the performance, so good for creativity, not so good for the performance. Can they counterbalance that with a good run down the track? 420 metres ahead of them. There's the Lido. Very spectacular through there. They've lost one or two pieces. Let's hope none of them are too critical. It's falling apart around them. 28, it's good. They're over the Grand Slammer. They're moving through the chicane. They've got the Sizzler to go. It's a good time. It was nice and creative. They're quick at the top. They're quick at the bottom. They're picking up speed. They're over the line in 37.17. You wonder whether they were very, very good, the Pioneers. Very spectacular through the Lido. Holding it together through there. Still holding the Shakin' Stevens LP cover up in the air as well. Why the long face is off. 29 for the performance, added to 33 for creativity. That's good at the top. Whether it translates to being good on course, we'll wait and see. Down they go towards the Lido. Through the water, losing some of the stash off the top. In fact, they've lost all of it now. Over Lolly Drop. That maybe looks quicker on the eye than actually on track. They've gone over the Grand Slammer, through the chicane, Sizzler to finish. Can they get it done here? Got to get over the Sizzler. Down they go towards the finish line. Let's have a look at the time here. That's the all-important thing for Why the Long Face. And they've got down with a large Soapbox in 43.43, and then they've rolled it at the finish. The performance was good, the run was good. There you see them splashing through the Lido and losing all the stuff on the top of the Soapbox at that stage. Still going over the Lolly Drop. And then coming down towards the Sizzler, over that and over the line, and that's a good run for Why the Long Face. And there's the finish. And the performance score is 40. So those two parts of the three-way judging process have all gone well. There's the boulder on its way down behind the runaway train, but that's not going to get very far, so let's not worry about that too much. Let's instead worry about the speed of Rockin Rolla. And they're through there okay with a gigantic splash through the Lido over Lolly Drop. Look how spectacular they were through there with a gigantic water splash. We've not seen many splashes much bigger than that, to the point where Dan has to wipe his face to make sure he can see the rest of the way down. That was a wake-up call, if nothing else, for the pair of them. Maybe not quite as quick as he wants it to be. They've got their work cut out. Only 21 miles an hour over the Grand Slammer, down towards the chicane. Looks like they're going to get there in one piece. Over they go, over the Sizzler, and then off after that, over the line. And they're there in 45.65, but bear in mind... Off we go. 27 for the performance and 30 for creativity. And I've got to give them 15 out of 10 for bravery going down sideways. That's Martin, the pilot. Here we go towards the Lido. Yeah, he's all right through there. I have no idea I was managing to steer. Somebody else is steering it to the back, look. I think that's Martin underneath. I didn't see... Oh, he's gone! He's gone! He wasn't okay when they got to Lolly Drop. That was where it all went wrong. And from another angle, you can see he had no chance whatsoever to stay on there.